very key. Vice President Jessica Lupo has implored that is the Muslim community to embrace government development programs, and of course she says that it is the only way that is to end poverty. That is key, of course, in this month, the fasting month for the Muslims, of course, and the Christians at the same time. But of course, it's very important to observe some of the fresh, of course, opportunities that are being availed at the end of the day. All right, now we're still seeing here businesswoman, of course, petition State House. That is over 2.5 billion, of course, 2.5 billion Ghana shillings. That is over Wakiso land. And of course, the businesswoman has petitioned State House accusing senior police officers, yes, of course, of meddling in a 2.5 billion piece of land in Kajansi, Wakiso district. Of course, she's battling for the land with businesswoman. That is she's battling with a businessman who is known as David Kenneth. Yes, in that. Some of that coming up related with land disputes and land related matters. Well, exactly 19 minutes past 7. And of course, shortly we shall be heading to see what's happening in the traffic. And of course, being quite a cold morning, of course, started raining. It was about 5:30, very early in the morning. And of course, we anticipate that it's going to be quite low, some sort of a congestion. Now, this very time, we're going to get joined, of course, at the clock tower as we take a look at what's really happening in there. But of course, as we wait in there, we can be still taking a look at what's happening in here. And of course, we still see in the comment section, that is in the new vision, a White Road Fund provides technical support. Of course, that is to local governments. Well, that is something you can really be checking out there. Well, putting the new vision aside, let's take a look at what's happening in the Daily Monitor when it comes to, of course, business-related matters and social topics at the same time. Now, in here, we see something very, very key and very remarkable, and I believe every Ugandan has been a victim of this. Not every, but at least a number of Ugandans out there. And this is something to do with online money lenders, of course, preying on Ugandans, and of course, it's topping the top in here at the Daily Monitor. And of course, we see that desperate Ugandans are falling for the quick, easy, of course, to get money from online platforms, with regulators warning of possible criminal activity. That is including money laundering with such. And of course, in here, we see that borrowers are asked to provide personal details online, including the national identification number and contacts of 2 guarantors. And of course, the applicant downloads the preferred application form and instructed that is to activate their location at the same time. And then, of course, money is wired to the mobile phone, and that is for the client. For the client after upfront deduction, that is of the interest. And of course, something more coming in here. Of course, as we keep on reviewing this aspect, we shall be getting to see what's happening. Still, we see that Donald Trump, that's the former United States president, defiant after historic arrest. Well, you'll be finding out what's really transparent regarding that very matter in regard. And of course, we still see in here electricity tariffs dropped by 4.7 shillings. Well, that is something very good news. We see that the Electricity Regulatory Authority says it has approved that is reduction of the power tariffs. That is by 4.7 shillings for the next 3 months. Of course, this is going to be effective 1st April. Definitely, we're already in 5th of April, so it's already ongoing. The power tariffs being cut by 4.7 shillings. That is quite a great deal in that regard, regarding for the household users. Okay, now heading in here to the main topic, not the main topic, but something which has really been, of course, like I said earlier, the majority of Ugandans being victims in here. Online money lenders preying on Ugandans. Well, that is something you can really check out. What does it really entail? And of course, we see a key financial sector regulator last evening say definitely it is soon releasing new guidelines in place regarding the online money lenders. Well, at this very time, let's get connected with John Paul Sonko at Clock Tower to tell us what the traffic atmosphere is like right there A very good morning, Joram, and how is the traffic at the clock tower?
From the border passing by me right now will clearly show you what it means when it does rain in Kampala. A very good morning and many thanks for joining us here on Smart Means Business's Traffic Updates. As we kick start off the day, it is a crazy in Kampala, mainly at the 4 o'clock tower that is at the Kampala flyover. Well, as you can definitely see right behind me, there is a lot you can experience. As of me, who has been studying for quite some time, you get to realize that I've been facing some huge splashes of heavy flooded water that is in here. Remember, this particular flyover is actually still under construction, and therefore that also adds to the traffic jam that is too much. City, as you can definitely see, because this that are going on of the traffic officers that are quite heavily.
Well, I think just a little few small technicalities in there. Of course, we just go in a little bit there. But anyway, that is the situation that we're observing just right at the clock tower. The traffic congestion, as you can see, it's under, of course, the flyover being constructed in there, and quite, yeah, of course, people heading to different places. But one remarkable aspect I know about this area is that it's kind of very congested, and it's one of those junctions that have quite lots of pedestrians definitely walking towards town, because some of them stay actually in areas around by, and heading to town. Now, as we take a look at the vehicles that are coming in from Entebbe and heading to Kampala, you get to see how there is some sort of a congestion in regard to that. So for the people that are coming in from Entebbe, you're coming in from Kajansi, all those areas that's along Entebbe Road, and you're planning to come down to here, to come to town, you can see that it's kind of a little bit of a congestion, and you might be a little bit delayed. And most cases when you branch off to this route that connects freight, that is all the way from the Usafi taxi park, that makes it a little bit very complex when it comes to arriving in time. And you find that there are quite so many vehicles around there, so many borders, and of course being near the taxi park, that's the Usafi taxi park, it makes it even much more congested in that way. So that is the situation as we observing in there, of course. And to make the matters worse, when the rains came in, it sort of made it a little bit of much more congested. Of course, they came in a way that that was at about 6:30, 5:30. I think it was about 5:30 in there when the rains really started heavily to fall in away. So that is really kind of affecting the traffic in there. So for the people that are coming in from those areas, and of course you're coming to town to execute business, you can get to see how very vital it is in there, and quite a very tricky situation. Well, 27 minutes past 7, and of course at this very time we're going to get into a short commercial break, and when I return we have so many conversations that are coming in from around East Africa, business related conversations, and also winding up the top of the hour, that's of 8 a.m. with international business news. What's happening in there? Like I told you, whatever happens has an impact when it comes to that's the business activity in a country like Uganda, East Africa, and the continent of Africa. Stick around. A very good morning.
20.